Hi Pisces, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign, but remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody. That is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So before we get into your key to the week, I just want to say if you would like to book your personal reading with me, you can do so on the link in the description box below. You do have a jumping card and it is the Judgment card. So technically there's loads of them, but the only one that was face up is the Judgment card. So if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share. And if you want some of that Rafi love, hit the subscribe button. All right, so your key to the week being the Judgment card means that this is a week of profound change, but it's also a week of elimination, Freudian slip maybe, a week of assimilation. So this week, a lot of the lessons and the experiences that you've had up until now are going to start to make sense. This is where you're going to start to see things really click into place. This is the same as like when you're learning something new, right? You have all of this information coming at you and very often not a lot of it really goes in, but then something sticks. And as that comes rushing in, the rest of it all starts to piece itself together around that central theme that you really understand. This, I actually think, is one of the ways that this week is going to work for you. And in all of these different areas of your life, there is profound change happening, but it's because you're starting to wrap up a lot of cycles. I think this is a moment where not only are you being really honest with yourself about what you want and what you need, but also about what you feel. Remember, the Judgment card is a call to action. And so across the board this week, you are being called to act accordingly. And one of the ways that you can do this, or one of the ways that it's likely to show up, will be through assimilating the lessons in all of these different areas of life that you've taken on board up until now. For your actions and options, you've got the Page of Pentacles. So Aquarius had this same card in the same position with a different deck. And what I said to them was that this week, there is effectively you trying to, not even trying, like there is you understanding that everything that you desire and require, everything that you want in life is literally on the other side of what you are doing now. This is going to be you changing your habits, changing your routines, and it does kind of hint at then that there's going to be something that really pisses you off this week. It might be something about yourself, it might be something about someone else, it might be an external factor that you're not in control of. But it's like the lessons that you've learned when it comes to your actions, what you do, your habit stacking, all of that kind of stuff. It all comes together this week to give you the push that you need to go after something. And at a soul level, you're understanding that you need to learn more, that there's some kind of, and when I say learn more, it doesn't have to be that it's about going back to school. It's just about utilizing or categorizing and assimilating the knowledge that you've gained up until this point. So maybe it's not necessarily about learning more, but it's about learning to use or to put in place all of the knowledge and the wisdom that you've gained over, however, I would say this is probably over the last 8 to 10 years. So this is pretty big stuff. For the options that are available to you, this is to train on somebody else's dime effectively, which is great. For your communications and conversations, you've got the King of Swords. It's an interesting card for communications because it means that you are being heard. Whatever it is that you have to say, whatever it is that you want to get off your chest, whatever it is that you feel hasn't really been expressed or taken on board previously, this week you will be heard. It's kind of like, I am Pisces, hear me roar, right? You've got something to say and you're saying it through the guise of the King of Swords. So you're saying it in such a manner that the logic and the undeniable truth of it can't be ignored. With that Page of Pentacles, so for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, in fact for all of you, you're reaching some level of expertise, or the way that you present yourself, it is as an expert in some way, and that's how people are receiving you. For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, it all starts to make sense. That magical moment where all the information that you've just been digesting and digesting and digesting for weeks, months, maybe even years, all suddenly comes together in this wonderful stained glass window of magic, and it makes sense. Like this week, something is going to click to you that maybe hadn't occurred previously, and when it does, I think this is going to give you the direction that maybe you haven't felt you've had for some time. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this could be promotion stuff, and it might not come about in the, oh, by the way, we're giving you a promotion way. This could be an opportunity to present your findings, your understanding, your wisdom, your intimate knowledge with a specific area of your job arises. And when it does, you're kind of like, okay, and you might feel it. It might be one of those moments where you kind of get the feeling that the universe has just given you the mic, and it's like, okay, I need to absolutely smash this out of the park. And this isn't about putting undue stress on yourself. It's about acknowledging the opportunities that show up for you when they show up. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is you owning your expertise. This is you owning what you do, owning your expertise. And it's you kind of saying, you know what, if I want this to be a part of my future, I have to make sure that I back myself and my business 100%. And this is really you coming to terms with and coming to grips with the information that you have, the knowledge that you have, and how valuable that it really is. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, you're not wasting a drop of what you've learned. With the Judgment card, this could be a really deep and a very cathartic conversation that you have with an air sign male, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Very, very possible at this point. For your love and relations, you've got the Queen of Wands. So there's a lot of court card energy here, which tells me that this week it really is all about, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. It's about how you interact with people, the connections that you have, the connections that you forge. For if you don't know, the clearing cohort video for as it delves into what this one's going to be about, is all about love this month, and so if you want to get onto that, remember there's only ever 8 spaces on a clearing cohort, so that I can give you as much individual attention as possible. And also you get a whole bunch of insights that I type up specifically based on your chart, your numbers, etc., before we even get to the clearing cohort. So it really is very in-depth, and if you think that this one is for you, if you want to approach your love life in a brand new way and do the energy work around it, this is absolutely for you. This month's theme is love. For those of you that are single and looking, the King of Wands, with all of this energy, there are opportunities to flirt. There is sexy time if it's available to you, if it's something that you want or desire. But I think with that Judgment card and the Queen of Wands being the Queen of Wands and who she is, I think this is you getting a much deeper understanding of what it is that you actually want from a relationship and how it's going to support you, or not, as the case might be, and whether you need to lay boundaries or to kind of set the tone in some way, you will be very clear on by the time this week is over. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this could be about your boundaries. It could be about your partner's boundaries. There's something that you are talking out here. And with the Judgment card, I think this is, for a lot of you, it's kind of the final call to say, right, where do we as a collective, as a couple, as an item, where do we go from here? This isn't necessarily about, whether you will or won't be an item. It's about where the relationship goes. How am I choosing to develop in life? How are you choosing to develop in life? And where is the overlap? Right, where this is a moment of really sort of self-honesty and self-clarity as it comes to or relates to your relationship sector. For your money and materials, wow. Okay, so you got the Page of Pentacles and the King and the World card. Aquarius had both of these cards as well. And look, when it comes to your resources, this is a full circle moment. For potentially some of you, this could be, it can be promotions, it can be graduation, it can be where it's like, you know what, I'm no longer a learner, so I'm not going to accept a learner's wage. This could be you commanding the respect that you desire when it comes to your work and therefore charging a premium if you've got your own business, etc. But it could just as easily be that you have a full circle moment with your finances that makes you realize how far you've come. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this, especially with the Judgment card, is going to be your teeth. So if you have any dental work, etc., that needs to be done, I would say to you, don't put it off. Just get it done, get it looked at, get it seen to. Outside of that, your bones, right? Look after the hard aspect of your body. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. I can't give you medical advice. Excuse me. I can't give you medical advice or any of that stuff. This is me reading cards, right? If you trusted me with your medical diagnosis, I'd be worried for both of us. When it comes to your home and environment, the World card for home and environment, there's a big shift coming to your living sector. For some of you, this will be initiated by you. This is a full circle moment when it comes to where you live, how you live there, who you live with. For a lot of you, though, I think that this might very well spell out a long distance move of some kind. It's almost like I see a lot of you kind of having this opportunity show up where it's like, okay, I need to move for this job, but this job is absolutely perfect for me. And I gotta say, Pisces, if it feels right for you, you gotta go for this, right? It looks like a great opportunity. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes out. Take care, and I'll see you soon.